Hello and welcome to the fourth session of the introductory free course to the Center for Resilient Leadership. I'm Donna Volpetta, and in the first session I told you that we were going to do an overview of 5 concepts that we address in the Center for Resilient Leadership. Second session we addressed the first one, neuroscience, understanding the brain's response to challenge. In the third session, we talked about mindfulness and being aware of the situations that we're in so that we can make those more mindfully resilient choices. Today we're going to talk about resilience. When I talk about resilience, I talk about a response to any challenge. Traditionally, resilience was looked at as bouncing back from tragedy, but the more we look at it, the more we realize we use the same skills to address those small challenges as we do the big ones. So it's responding to everyday challenges that will prepare us to how to respond to the larger challenges in life. The tragedies, the earthquakes, the finding out we have something wrong, a disease or something like that. The small challenges prepare us for that. So I say resilience is our response to any challenge, good, bad, big, or small. I need the same resilience, the same skills to respond to going out and trying to run a marathon as I do to finding out that I have cancer. And so we have the small challenges in our life give us the opportunity to build those skills. I have what I call the 4 S's of resilience and say that our response to challenge is guided by our understanding of 4 S's. Self is the first one. Who are we? What do we stand for? What are our strengths and weaknesses? Situation is the second. What is the situation, the challenge that we're facing, and how do we look at that? Support structures is the third. Who are our supports? Do we know who we can go to for help and how we can ask? And the last one is strategies. Do we have strategies to handle that challenge? Do we have just one, or do we have multiple? If something doesn't work, do we have another strategy that we can use? So the 4 S's of resilience are self, situation, support structures, and strategies. They determine how we respond to challenge. And the funny thing is, the reality of those 4 S's is completely irrelevant. What really matters is the way we think about them. So 2 people who think differently about those 4 S's will respond in a very different way. We all know people who get caught in a traffic jam and that's the end of their day. We also know people who face cancer or face tragedies with great resilience, and they respond in a way that helps them in the future. It was funny, somebody recently told me that if you follow the happiness of people who have an accident and become paralyzed and those who win the lottery, in 5 years they have about the same happiness rate. Not what we would expect, not what we would think about, but really it's the way we respond to things. And we know people who respond to challenge in a really, really positive way. So the 4 S's of resilience are determined by the way we think about those 4 S's, the way we respond to self, situation, support structures, and strategies. Therefore, we can use every challenge, every little challenge, as a way to build the way we think about those. The brain is really interesting. We talked about the brain in the second session, and the brain is like a jungle. When kids are born, their jungle is really deep and dense, and every experience we give them is an opportunity to learn and build pathways through that jungle. The more we create the pathway, the clearer it becomes. And using those 4 S's as a way to build resilience in every challenge really clears those pathways for resilience. So as I'm preparing my students or my child or my coworkers for a challenge, I can go through and say, what are the strengths and weaknesses we bring to this? How can we break this situation down? What are the supports we can use? And what are the strategies? And then as we finish up that challenge, we can reflect on those. And every time we do that, it's an opportunity to build more resilient pathways. The next session that we're going to be talking about is growth mindset and how we can use those 4 S's to actually build growth mindsets, which is very similar to building resilience as well. So I hope you'll join me again next time. Again, hope you are doing well, and we'll see you soon.